Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, December 30th. We are looking at window traders, market profile of the ES and SPY, as our trading year has come to a close here in 2022. First and foremost, I do want to wish everybody out there that is very loyal to me in my room and listen to these videos a very, very happy and healthy new year. From the bottom of my heart, seriously. I want to thank you for all your well wishes for me from what I went through this month. Got another good report this morning. Went and found that latest test suggests that I do not need any other treatment, no chemo or radiation. So for now, I'm in really good shape. So I want to thank you all for that. On another note, I'd love for you to join me in CamelbackTrading.org's voice channel room. I'll keep it through the weekend. My Venmo is at Paul-Asmar, A-S-M-A-R, $75 for the 3 months, January, February, March. If you like it, then you just sign up for my room, which is $30 a month, which is renewable, which is auto-renew, but you could cancel at any time, after the month is done. When you do sign up, I think we offer a tremendous amount of value in this room. I've been fortunate. April will be 3 years, and I've got about 160 traders in this room, and a good many of them have been with me from day one. So come check us out. And again, thank you for liking and subscribing on these YouTube channels. We have a lot to talk about. We want to recap all these charts. Obviously, it was a very poor year for the market overall. We'll see what I'll go over what I think we could see for next year when we do go over the charts. I had a decent day today. Today was a lot slower than I thought it might be. We were very methodical, A through H, until H flushed out and finally got our IB low. Both Qs and Russell got their IB highs. We got our IB low and IB high. As shorts tried to push this market lower in HIJK, L started ripping them apart, and M just finished the process as they just ripped them apart. I had a decent day. I shorted A against the lower value the first time. Did well with that. I lost money on a short in B. C period actually took a 3-lot long, thinking I took a 1-lot long around B's high. Then when it pulled back, I added 2 at the opening. I'm like, this isn't working. Automatically flipped to a 10-lot short. So I went short 7, got out of the 3 long and went short 7. Got paid, not a lot on them, about 3 points, but took back what I was, because I got hurt pretty good on that 1-lot, believe it or not. But took that back and went to the plus side decently. H period, I took a long, did not think there would be single prints. I only took a 1-lot, should have added, but did okay. And L period, actually, when L started getting closer back to where our point of control was, which at the time was F's low, got long and did well on that. So finished the year well. As far as my trading for the year, and I told this to my trading room, I'm happy with my trading. I had a good year. I think I saw the market very well this year, and that's what I pride myself on, and that's what I base this trading room on. Plain and simple, not on my trades, but on seeing the market to help traders. So I pride myself on that, and I think I did well this year. I'm happy with my trading. Again, the thing I want to work on the most is to try to start getting more out of my winners. Since I traded to the futures, I've definitely taken my losses off a lot quicker than I did when I was in options. I still had some losses that I should have been out of way before, but nothing like I did in the options over these past years. But I want to start maximizing more when I'm right, because I think I see the market well, and I should start being able to do that. As far as our destinations for Tuesday, for the downside in ES, our price probe, A's high is 54. Then we're 10 wide at 43.25 as our POC got raised to half back. Okay, 43.25. And then today's low of 21.50. For the upside, we have today's high of 62.25 And then with 9 wide from yesterday of 75.50, and then a weekly high of 82.75. For SPY, our upside is today's high of 382.58, 9 wide from yesterday, 383.61, and 384.35, which is now a weekly high. And that's important, yesterday's high, because that's the weekly high. The weekly is the only one that's down right now. The monthly's balance, the daily's balance. So we'll see if early in the year we could come into balance on all three of our time frames, or even up on the daily. For the downside, A's high, our price probe of 381.62, 10 wide at 380.64, and today's low of 378.43. Let's go to these charts now. Let's break down what's going on, and then I'll go over what I think maybe we could see in the year. And you know what? Look, nobody knows what the market's going to do for the full year. They're just not. Okay? These so-called experts are useless. I'd rather listen to people who I respect that look at charts and things to tell me, rather than just on companies' P&Es or any of those type of metrics, to be quite honest with you. So here's your Russell. Russell, had a tough year. Well, actually, all of us, let me see something real quick here. Did I switch over, by the way? Yes, I did. So here's the Russell. But before I even get to that, the Dow ended just down below 9%. NASDAQ 33, S&P 19, transports 19. Russell is down 21.5%. I mean, it was a bloodbath. So what are the charts telling us, right? That's the important thing. Well, right now the monthly's in balance. A market in balance is waiting for more market-generated information. Look at this. We close $1 above this high. So 4.5 years worth of work is out the window basically for Russell, and they're still in balance on the monthly. Now, do we want to call the balance this high, which is August high, or these last 2 months highs? Again, that's all, it's an art, not a science. I'm not sure what I would call it. Right now, though, for sure, it's balance. Whether you want to call it just a 4-month balance or encompass all this, that's, again, up to your discretion. But the monthly is in balance on the Russell. The weekly is down. The weekly is down. Now, we didn't get much distance these last 2 weeks, and both weeks after making lows, we pushed up. But until we take out a weekly high, we're down on the weekly on the IWM and the righty. So the monthly is balanced, the weekly is down. The daily is balance. Look at this balance for Russell. Now, again, I would probably use this as my balance high, okay? You're going to have to get acceptance above that to get anything going. So, you can, this is a whole huge balance. I would use 176.80 as the top of it, and 170.34 is the low of it. It's not that big a balance, but we've seen Russell stay in balance for a long time. It's only a $6.50 balance. So the monthly is balanced, the weekly is down, the daily is balanced, and you had an inside day for IWM. Now, let's go to Qs. And we had an inside week, by the way. We'll go over that. So here's triple Qs. Triple Qs are balance. Again, you want to call this a 3-month balance, a 4-month balance? I would probably use at least September's high as my balance high. If we get above September's high, I would call it up. But if we take out both November and December's high, I don't think I would call it up. I would want to see us I would like to see us get above September's high before I would go up in the monthly. But anyway, we are balanced on the monthly. We had a chance for an outside month down, right? Yesterday, we got as low as 259.73, but we never took it out. So balance on the monthly on the Qs. Weekly is firmly down. Nice finish to the week off the lows, but it's down. So the monthly is balanced, the weekly is down, and the daily on triple Qs is balanced. And they had an inside day. So just like Russell, Qs had an inside day. We obviously did not in the S&P. So tomorrow we'll be looking what happens when you come out of it. Not tomorrow, Tuesday. So the monthly is balance, weekly down, daily balance. Now let's go to the S&P. We'll spend a little more time going over what happened this year. So our monthly is in balance. Again, a lot of people will say they'll use this 4-month balance because these 3 monthly highs were pretty close together. 411.73, 407, 410. Okay, so if we take out September's high, do you want to call the monthly up? I mean, you certainly could do that. You certainly could do that. I probably will do that, right? But the bottom line is you can call it up. We can call it up, but unless we start getting above August high, nothing's really changed, right? For the majority of what happened for the year. Because what happened on the year? We made all-time highs in January, and then we went balance, down, right? We came into balance in January, down February, then balance for 3 months, back to down, back to balance, back to down, back to balance. So we have not gone bull all year since we came down, balance, down, balance. That has to stop for you to have any legs on the upside. I'm not convinced after the bashing tech took that this market will make a new high next year. Okay, I just don't. Can we get above August high of 431.73? Yes. Can we get above March's high of 462? I'm not so sure. I'm really not so sure. I can see us getting above August high, failing at March's high as a yearly high. That's my opinion based on chart-wise and what happened in tech and stuff. I could see us 445, 455 as a high. That's how I look at it right now. Right now, though, as a day trader and everything else, it's purely balanced. If we take out this month's high, we'll see if I keep it balanced or go up. But for now, it's balanced. For right now, it's at least a 4-month balance. Okay? September through now. Weekly. We had an inside week. And it's a pretty good finish to the week, just like last week. Remember, last week was looking ugly, and we closed down 36 cents. This week was looking ugly, and we closed down 50. What did we close down? Not much. 60 cents? So 2 weeks in a row, they tried to push lower, but we had decent finishes. But it's still down. Now, you want to call it down to balance because it's an inside week? Again, I have no problem with that. I can't just call it pure balance. I'm going to call it down to balance. If we take out this week's high, I would still call it balance unless we start getting acceptance above the 387.41 level. Then I would probably go from down to balance and balance to up. But for now, right, it's going to give us a good opportunity next week, hopefully, if we come out of it to the upside. But it's not this week's high we got to get above. It's last week's high if we're going to get any legs. So right now, the monthly is balanced. The daily is down to balance with an inside week. Don't forget, before I get to the daily, we never stopped that succession of lower highs on the longest time frame and on the intermediate. We just didn't. So that's another reason this market, to me, still has a lot of proving to do. Now let's look at the daily. The daily is in balance. I would probably, you want to call it just a 6-day balance, that's fine. But guess what? Until we get above 387.41, to me, this is the entire balance. So I would use 387.41 as the high and 374.77. So what kind of a balance is that? A $13 balance? Okay. That's not that big, right? It's not that big a balance. So that balance rules will firmly take effect against December 21st high and December 22nd's low. They were both done within 2 days. Now, we talked about this the last 2 days. We did get above the lower high on the daily for 1 day and never closed above it. But more important than that, and again, I don't know how much weight to put on this because it's only this year. I'm not going back past this year. However, 3 times the 20-day moving average crossed through to 50, we made a new yearly low. Right there, we crossed it, new yearly low, went up, crossed it, new yearly low. We will be crossing the 50-day moving average on Tuesday. We closed 49 cents from it. So I think we will be crossing it. Does that mean we're going to go make a new low within the first month of the year? Because these new lows came within a month. I'm not saying that's going to happen. We were in a down year when that happened. Is that going to continue in 2023? I'm not sure, right? I really don't know. But it's not something to ignore either, right? So just keep that in mind. So I put, again, for my outlook for the year, again, things can change. And I always tell you, this has to happen for me to change this. This has to happen for me to change that. I think right now, the way the year settled, SPY right now would have a high between 455, 465 in 2023. I put the low at 287. Now, that was kind of half joking because that's that level I always liked when we traded at it, just like IWM is trading at the 179.39 level. However, I'm not convinced COVID's lows are secure, to be quite honest with you. No, I'm sorry, not COVID lows. I think COVID lows are okay. But I think this year's low, I think we'll see it. I think we will take out 2022's low, which is 348. Do we really see 287? Possibly. Here's the monthly. Okay? I don't see us getting to COVID lows this year. Can I see us getting back? Here's our low of 348. Do I see us taking that out and testing the 320 level? Absolutely. I can see that. I put 287. Do we really get to 287? I'm not sure. That would be basically around June of 20's low. But I do think we absolutely test this level of 319, 320. I do see that being tested. I'm not convinced the market will end up next year. How will things change that I think my high is wrong? Quite simply, if we get acceptance above March's high. If we get acceptance above March's high, then we can make a new all-time high. The reason I'm not seeing that is that would mean tech would basically take back everything they gave back this year. Now, I'm not saying that in this age of electronic markets that can't happen. I'm not saying that can't happen. But I'm not looking for it right now. What am I looking for the first month, right? Everybody says, new month. They push them towards the lows. We'll get fresh money in and we'll rally. I'm not convinced of that either. To be honest with you, I'm leaning more towards possibly this market trying to push lower first. If we do get a good rally, so if we take out last week's high, again, I'll put the weekly up, but nothing changes in the bigger picture unless we take out the 410 level. I'm not really looking for that in the first month of January. I'm not looking for a $30 rally. That's a 7% rally, basically. I'm not really looking for that. If it happens, I will definitely look to short it, without a doubt, with pretty good size the first time. I think it would be healthier for this market to keep testing lower rather than to keep testing these trend lines right now. Let's flush the market out a bit more. I think in the bigger picture, that would be healthier. So I'm not expecting new highs next year right now. I am expecting lower lows. And I'm not expecting the market to be up at the end of the year right now for next year. I'm just not. The bulls are going to have to prove a lot more to me that they can reverse what happened this year. So I hope this helps a bit. It's cool to look at everything based on charts and things of that nature and stuff. I couldn't give a rat's ass about PEs and this and that. Earnings haven't mattered for a long time. Unfortunately, the market's the news, not the other way around. The Fed constantly tries to manipulate it. everybody tries to manipulate it, but the market does what it's got to do on its own for the most part. It would be nice for the Fed to step away and let it reach its own equilibrium once and for all on its own without any kind of infusion of money, rate, all that stuff. But unfortunately, that's never going to happen. So we have to live with it. Again, happy, safe, healthy New Year. Enjoy your weekend. And we'll speak prior to the opening on Tuesday.